To access this application, first log into the portal using your username and password. We start here on the main page where a widget is provided with any outstanding invoice amounts. Here you can click directly to the company invoices or to the employee invoices. You can also navigate via the drop-down menu, where you click on Invoices and then Company Invoices. This gives you an overview of all the company's outstanding invoices. You will see a table with several columns here: the account number, the account balance, the overdue amount, the product type, mobile or fixed, and the purchase order number. Here you can start searching for an invoice account via an account number, a name, a reference, a purchase order number, or an alias. You can also filter by invoice account type, mobile or fixed, or by the status of your invoice account, active, inactive, or pending. When you click on an invoice account, you get the details of this invoice account: the date of the invoice, the document number, the document type, invoice, credit note or other, the total amount, the outstanding amount, and the due date. If this date is exceeded, this invoice will be marked as overdue. The invoice can be downloaded here by clicking on the link. If the delivery method is paper, this download will be a copy. It will also be so marked on the invoice. You do then have the option of requesting a duplicate, if you wish. If the delivery method is digital, i.e. via email, PayPal, Basware, or Zoomit, you can download the legal invoice in PDF format here. Via the Paid Invoices button, you get an overview of all paid invoices of the last 24 months, with invoice date, document number, document type, and total amount. You can also download an invoice here. All these operations are also possible for employee invoices. To do this, click on Invoices Employees in the left-hand menu. Here you will see an overview of all invoice accounts, outstanding amounts, and any overdue amounts. Paid amounts will not be shown for GDPR reasons. Only when there are overdue invoices, the amounts will be displayed here. We can then click through on these documents to see the details. However, we can never download an invoice from employees. This is not allowed. From the Invoices menu at the top, you can also select Invoice Accounts. Here you can manage your invoice accounts from the company or employees. Here you get an overview of all invoice accounts for this customer. You will find the account numbers, product type, the invoice delivery method, the invoice address, and the purchase order entered, if any. In this list, you can start searching. You can go and look up the account number, or you can search by name, by customer reference, by purchase order number, or by alias. You can then type the data in the search field. In this example, the customer has only 8 accounts, so only one page is available. If the customer has multiple invoice accounts, you can adjust the number of items displayed per page here, or you can go directly to another page. A filter is provided where you can filter by invoice delivery method: paper, email, Zoomit, Certipost, Basware, or PayPal. You can also filter by product type, mobile or fixed, your invoice account status, active or pending, invoice language, or the invoice detail level of your choice. These settings can be customized. If you click on one of the accounts, you get an overview of all the details of this invoice account. Then you can change the invoice details by pressing the button below. Here you can assign a name to the invoice account. You can also assign a reference. And you can enter or change a purchase order number. These 3 fields will be visible on your invoice. This is your company's legal entity and can only be changed for the mobile invoice accounts. You can have your invoice sent to the attention of a person or a company. For mobile invoice accounts, only to the attention of a person is possible. You then simply fill in the details, click Save, and the data will be updated. You can also change the invoice address, and you can include an extra information field that will also be printed on the invoice. You can also have invoices sent to a PO box. The language of the invoice can be changed to Dutch, French, English, or German. The invoice detail is also customizable. Here we have set a restriction. If you choose paper as the invoice delivery method for your invoice, we automatically set minimum here in order to reduce the paper. If you choose a digital version, Zoomit, email, PayPal, or another, then you can start setting other levels of detail for your invoice. Under Alias, there are 2 more possible reference fields you can use. These are not printed on the invoice, you can just use them for your own reporting. You can also change the delivery method of your invoice. You then click on Modify Invoice Delivery Method. You will then be given the following options. You can have the invoice sent to an email address with or without an SMS notification as soon as a new invoice is available. You can also use Zoomit. In this example, paper was chosen, and you can still change the invoicing address via this button. And you can also choose Basware or PayPal as the delivery method of your invoice. Then you have the option of entering up to 2 additional email addresses to receive a copy of your invoices. For this, just click this activation button, enter 1 or 2 email addresses, and receive additional copies of your invoice. Then there is a final option to set the payment method. In this example, bank transfer has been activated. You can also opt for direct debit via this screen. You then enter your IBAN number. If necessary, you can enter an email address to receive confirmation of activation, and then save your choice. The next invoice will then be executed via direct debit. If you click on Manage Employee Invoice Settings, you can start performing the exact same operations for your employees' account numbers. In the Manage Invoices Company module, you can also perform all these operations for multiple invoice accounts at the same time. You can start making your adjustments there in bulk, such as changing the invoice details or the shipping method. When you click this button, you can download a template. This then generates an Excel file with all completed invoice accounts. You can then easily edit this file and afterwards save it as a CSV file. You then upload this file, click Save, and all the adjustments will be made. Under History of Modifications, you can consult the changes already made, both the report itself and the CSV file that was uploaded. Need help with invoice management? Check the Self-Help section on the right side of the MyProximus Enterprise portal.
Proximus. Think possible.